they call it PTSD?
They call it post-traumatic stress disorder. It's right in the title.
Is this the first time that the United States Armed Forces or any military force has dealt with post-traumatic stress disorder?
No, they just dealt with it under different names.
Like what?
Let me see. There's nostalgia and soldier's heart, which I think really kind of terms it a lot better. They actually knew that it affected the soul. So soldier's heart really, I think, best describes it. Because you've got a different compassion level. And the deeper they are able to feel anything, that's the deeper combat hits them. They have the ability to just love more and be more compassionate toward others. Well, it's the same thing with people that enter into the military. Courage. You know, if you're courageous, you can't be compassionate. Well, courage without the compassion is nothing. You're the bravest guy on the block. Okay? There's a kid in the middle of the street. You could be brave enough to go help that kid, but if you weren't compassionate, you wouldn't do it. There'd be no pull on your heart to go do something. You know, to risk your life for the sake of someone you didn't even know. Have that. But because they have such a strong ability to feel, they get hit stronger.
So, do they know that they have post-traumatic stress disorder?
A lot of them do. Problem is a lot of them won't admit it because there's still that stigma attached to it. Resiliency training. The problem is I've been screaming about it to be ended because of the way it starts. It tells these guys, you can train your brain to be mentally tough, indicating to them they're mentally weak. So if they end up with PTSD, they didn't train right. This is the message that's getting through to them. The rest of the program is good. The beginning of it is so terrible, it tells them that. I've held Marines in my arms, crying their eyes out, apologizing because they didn't train right, that they were mentally weak, and they don't stop and think that even with that amount of pain in them, they were still able to risk their lives for everybody they were with. They didn't allow themselves to feel that pain until their guys were all out of danger. 1 deployment, 2 deployment, 3 deployment, 4 deployment, 5 deployment, and I mean it goes up and up and up, 11 years of war. They push through all that pain. It is not until everyone is safe that they collapse.